Scano everyone, Chief Sherry Lynn Hill here. Nyawa, thank you for tuning in to the weekly Chief and Council radio show. This week, I'll be sharing my update with everyone as follows. On May 10th, I participated in the 5K Walk for Hospice fundraiser at the Blue Track. I raised $200 in pledges. On May 13th, I attended and gave welcoming remarks at the Brant Community Healthcare Systems, strengthening the two-row gathering hosted at the Woodland Cultural Center. Brant Community Healthcare System organized the public gathering to bring together local and surrounding healthcare organizations to address service gaps and learn about healthcare from the Indigenous perspective. The gathering was well attended. Brant Community Healthcare System had a limit seats per organization due to high interest. The Norfolk General Hospital and West Haldimand General Hospital have offered to host the next event. On May 15th, 3 staff members from Constance Lake First Nation visited Six Nations with the intent of building content of a youth exchange program with Six Nations, well-being, and social child and youth programs. They spent 2 days on the territory. Next week, Six Nations of the Grand River staff will travel to Constance Lake First Nation to complete the planning. Dates for the youth exchange are still being determined. Also on May 15th, this year's Legislative Assembly of Ontario 10 Ontario Legislative Assembly Internship Program interns visited Six Nations. The interns arranged for a virtual tour of the Woodland Cultural Center in the morning and visited council chambers for lunch and a meeting with myself in the afternoon. We spoke about the history of Six Nations, the political adequacy needs of Six Nations community, and the priorities of Six Nations of the Grand River elected council. On Saturday, May 17th, I attended Michelle Farmer's Stars of Tomorrow event at the Sanderson Center to celebrate 50 years of community talent. I presented Michelle Farmer with a plaque recognizing her accomplishments and contributions to uplifting the community through the arts. It was so nice to see all the young talent we have in our community. Nyawa to Councillor Greg Fraser for delivering remarks on my behalf as I was recovering from laryngitis. Again, congratulations, Michelle. On May 19th, I walked in the bread and cheese parade and handed out bread and cheese. Nyawa again to Councillor Greg Fraser for delivering opening remarks on my behalf. We had 8,500 blocks of cheese and 2,125 loaves of bread for the community. It was great to see everyone there, and thank you to all the volunteers and staff for making this day a success. On May 20th, I traveled to Grey County for my first stop on the Haldimand Tract municipal engagements. I am meeting with all municipalities within the Haldimand Tract to build relationships and to work cooperative together. I met with Grey County Warden Andrea Mutrozoff, Grey Highlands Mayor Paul McQueen, and Southgate Mayor Brian Milne. While in Grey County, I got to visit the Grand River headwaters in Dundalk. The purpose of these engagements is to build relationships with municipalities and to increase public awareness of the Six Nations and our history with the Haldimand Tract lands. On May 21st, I attended Six Nations of the Grand River Development Corporation annual general meeting, where the 2024 audit was presented. The 2024 annual report is now posted on their website. On May 22nd, Hamilton staff were present to begin Juno Awards 2026 planning discussions. Six Nations is being invited to help share the City of Hamilton priorities for next year's Junos. We have been exploring opportunities for collaboration in programming, marketing, and logistics. Bill 5 remains under review by the Standing Committee on the Interior at Queen's Park. Six Nations of the Grand River Elected Council opposes Bill 5 and calls on Ontario to consult with Six Nations on any legislation affecting our inherent and constitutional rights. My office has been communicating this to Ontario in multiple ways. We submitted a request to present to the Standing Committee on the Interior. I was not selected to present. We submitted written feedback. We submitted 7 Environmental Registry Office proposals related to Bill 5. The following ministries have confirmed receipt of the submission so far: Ministry of Energy and Parks, Ministry of Energy and Mines, and Ministry of Citizenship and Multiculturalism. While opposition to Bill 5 is growing among First Nations and environmentalists, it is still moving forward. Cannabis update. The 59th Elected Council acknowledges the seriousness of the concerns shared by our community regarding the outdoor growing of cannabis. This council is working closely with our lawyers to review and amend the cannabis law to give the elected council some authority relating to issuing or renewing licenses. Effective Monday, we put a moratorium on licenses until November 25th, with a provision to extend this time frame for another 6 months. This gives us time to work together with the relatively new Cannabis Commission members to work together on compliance matters. We ask for your continued patience as we all work to uphold the cannabis law and its regulations in a manner that is fair to all involved. Just before I wrap up, let me say Nyawa to everyone who participated in Community Awareness Month 2025. I hope everyone had fun and enjoyed themselves. Nyawa to all of you for tuning in and listening to the Chief and Council radio show. Until our next episode, take care, be safe, be well, and be kind.